Yo, what's good guys? So due to popular requests, you guys were interested in some of my setup details. To be honest, I spend like a lot of time at my setup. It's kind of like my main hobby, like gaming, making these videos and stuff. I spend a lot of time here. This setup is pretty much near like where my dream setup would be. It has everything I need. And so yeah, I'm just gonna like run through some of the peripherals, some of the things that I have going on, and just talk about like the good and the bad about it. I'm just gonna like run through some of the main parts. The first one being the desk. So this is the IKEA idasen. It's like a nice walnut finish, I think. I have like no problems with this desk at all. I just needed a sturdy desk, and I used to have the IKEA Linmon, but with all the monitor mounts and trying to have my PC on the desk, my desk would shake like crazy if I moved my mouse even the smallest bit. This desk, it's super sturdy. I think it looks really good. And if you want, you can even buy like an adjustable desk stand. I just have like the normal one and I don't have any problems with it. But yeah, this desk has treated me super well. I've had it for years already. I couldn't recommend it enough. It stores everything I need. I try to keep it as clean as possible. It feels really big and I don't really have any issues with it. For the chair that I'm sitting on, it's actually just borrowed from my brother. So it's the steelcase gesture. Honestly, I don't really have much to say in terms of chairs. I have a really funny posture when I sit at my chair, where I just kind of sit at the edge and I don't actually utilize the supports. I don't really feel any like problems with back pain or anything. But yeah, that's just kind of how I sit. But it is a super nice chair. I think it's kind of like a Herman Miller alternative, and I have really no problem with it. And I think it also looks really clean and it fits the aesthetic of my setup. And then for the monitors, so yeah, as you can see, it's a 2-monitor setup. I have a 144 Hz for the second monitor and a 480 Hz for the primary monitor. This 144 Hz monitor I've had for a really long time. Again, just kind of borrowing it from my brother. He doesn't really have any need for it. And it's actually a pretty old monitor at this point, but I've had it for literally years and I haven't had any issues with it. 1440p, so obviously it looks really good. And then yeah, it's a 27-inch monitor. It's just kind of what I'm used to at this point. And then for the main monitor, so I actually got this recently. It's the PG27AQDP, and it's literally insane. So it's 480 Hz, it's 1440p, and it's OLED. The gaming on this monitor feels literally insane. Like the colors are really good, and you have really nice quality because it's 1440p, but then you're running out 480 Hz. So for competitive games like Valorant or Rocket League, it feels so smooth. And it's just like the most insane monitor experience I've ever had. I know some people have had issues with the monitor, but I don't have any really issues with them. I just had to do some tweaking with the colors, and then after that, it's just looked perfect. And then for the keyboard, so it's the Bridge 75. I got it off of Amazon, and yeah, it's insane how far keyboards have gotten. Just a few years ago, I built my own keyboard and it was literally like 400 bucks or something. I just kind of did it for the fun of it. But yeah, this keyboard in particular is about 100 to 150 bucks, like somewhere in that range. And it's super nice. I prefer 75% just because I think the F keys are useful, but I think it looks really solid. Obviously, I get a lot of comments about the quality of the switches and I think it sounds really insane. So yeah, I couldn't really be any happier with this keyboard. It's really sick. And then for the mouse, so it's the Pulsar X2 V3, and I actually have like some of the grips on the side of it. So the shape for the mouse is almost perfect for me. I actually prefer like really flat mice. Ever since the Minecraft days, I've used like the G Pro, which was just a super flat mouse. And so yeah, this mouse, the shape feels really perfect. I think literally my previous 2 mice were also Pulsar mice. But just something went wrong with them. I couldn't remember. I think the sensors started to bug out, or maybe just the coding got really dull, I forgot. But just in general, I've gone with Pulsar because I just love the shape and I think it feels really nice to hold. And yeah, with this model, I haven't really had any issues. If I was recommending mice though, I was actually looking at the Zowie S2DW. It looks like an insane mouse with also a really good shape. Obviously, it's a little bit expensive, but I think Zowie is just super trusted, and that's probably what I'd get next. For the mic, this is the Fifine K688. I don't think the sound quality is too great, but it works for me. And so until this breaks, it's just gonna be what I'm rocking with. I don't know if I'd recommend it, but on a budget, it's pretty all right. And then for the mic that I'm actually recording with, it's the DJI Mic Mini. And I think it sounds really good. It's a nice lav mic that you can just carry anywhere. It's super tiny and you can just buy it with this case that can charge 2 of the microphones and one of the actual adapters to plug in or whatever it is. It plugs right into my iPhone, which also I'm recording with, and it's just been super good for me. I don't have any issues with it. It's super small. Like if I try to hide the mic, you can barely tell that I even have it on. And I think it just sounds really good. It's wireless, easy to carry around. I have legit no issues with it. And then yeah, for the last audio piece, so these are the headphones I run. It's the Sennheiser HD 560S. Again, I think they look really good. they sound pretty good. And they're just kind of talked about online as a pretty good entry-level audio headphone. For Valorant, like I don't blame these headphones for the sound. Like I'm just bad because I'm bad. And then yeah, for Spotify, for YouTube, they sound really good. So I'm not really an audiophile, so I'm not going to talk about the sound characteristics or anything like that, but they just work pretty good, and I just kind of bought what was recommended. So yeah, that's that. And then yeah, the final piece of the puzzle, so my PC that I'm actually using. This build is actually like super inspired by Optimum Tech. He made a video about pretty much an identical build. The case is the N-Case M2. It's a super nice like small form factor case. And in it is a 9800X3D and a 5080 that I was actually lucky to get. I built it recently, sometime during Christmas, if I remember correctly. And the PC is just perfect for me. I haven't had any issues with it. I built it because I did need a PC upgrade and I was getting this new monitor, so I needed it to run 480 Hertz. And yeah, it's able to do that like just perfectly. If I were to change something, I'd actually probably take it off my desk and strap it under my PC. I actually bought the straps already, I just need to set that up. I think airflow would slightly improve, but the main thing is I kind of want to just get it off my desk. I really like to just keep my desk super clean. And so yeah, I might install those straps and just strap it under my desk. If you want any kind of inspiration for like gaming setup stuff, I'd super recommend you watch Optimum. I watched a bunch of his videos, and that's kind of just how I've stumbled upon this setup, and obviously I think it's really slick, so. And then I do get questions about like a lot of my settings. So for my Kovacs settings, I literally just copy Matty OW. So he released a video about all his settings, all his themes and all that. So I'm just gonna put that in the description. I downloaded his themes and crosshairs and all that stuff. In case you're wondering, the main theme that I use is just like anything from Clover. So Clover alternate or Clover static is mainly what I use. And usually when I'm playing Kovacs, I just use the same sensitivity that I use in game. But I have been experimenting with using like double my sensitivity in Kovacs just to improve my control a bit more. And then yeah, it's for Valorant, it's really simple. I'm just gonna put my crosshair in the description. I know people ask for that sometimes. I run 0.25 cents at 800 DPI, so pretty low cents. And then I just run ultra low settings. I just think the game looks pretty nice that way, so that's just what I do. Like I said, this is pretty much my dream setup, other than a few upgrades maybe, but like I'm super happy with how it turned out and I think it looks really good. And pretty much I just try to keep it as clean as possible. That's just how I work best. I like to just have like a lot of free space on my desk so that if I ever want to eat or anything like that, it's super organized. But yeah, I don't really have much more to say here. Thanks for watching and peace.